Good morning, everybody. It's Burrito Friday. We're on our way to work, and remember, this is all about creating those perfect layers in that burrito. So today, my topic is going to be being coachable. So what's that mean? Well, basically, you are given opportunities in life to either decide to stay the same or change based on what somebody else may see, right? So you're in your mind, you're appearing to be perfect, right? You're doing everything you assume to be the right way, and that's fine because your mind can only do what it thinks, right? I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but your mind can only go as far as it knows. So in your mind, you haven't gotten any bad review or anything like that. You're doing your work, nobody's saying anything, so you feel like you're doing everything well. So every now and then you get that opportunity where somebody will tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, look, nobody's complaining, nobody's saying anything, but this kind of came up. This might be something you can work on, right? So this happened to me yesterday. This is a personal note, and that's kind of why the coachable thing happened today, where my manager, which me and my manager have a really open communication, which is great to have that kind of support at any job. And he told me, look, we're a support group here, right? So me and him are plugged into a completely different department, and we're there to help support the movement of certain projects. So what ends up happening at that point is the management of the teams that are working there have set a steadfast rule that work is 8 to 5. That's it. Like, no earlier, no later. You're here at 8, you leave at 5. So when I came onto this job, I live a few 30 some miles away from work, and the traffic is horrible going from LA County into Orange County. It just is. It doesn't matter what time of day it is now, Monday through Friday, it's horrible traffic. So if I leave early enough, I sit in just about an hour 20-minute traffic, versus if I leave a little bit later, I sit in about 2:20. It's that big of a difference. So my agreement with my manager, because he actually lives right near me, was, hey, you can come in at 7, take a half-hour lunch, and be out by 3:30, and this way I avoid the major traffic pockets, right? So apparently this has gotten other people saying, hey, I want that schedule, and those managers are now being put to hey, change my schedule. It started to rub people the wrong way and everything, and it's all because of me. My name came up in conversation, so my manager pulled me aside and he said, look, I went to bat for you, so if you want to keep doing your 7 to 3:30, that's fine. Just know that some people are upset about it. So now I could have taken this two different ways in that meeting. I could have looked at my manager and said, look, man, this is what we agreed upon. I know it's not in writing, but you promised me, blah, and I could have just blown up and probably got my way. I mean, that's just what would have happened, right? But it would have created a huge disconnect between my manager feeling like he can come tell me anything to, hey, I better watch out what I tell Jorge, right? So I actually did the opposite. I told him, okay, what is it that they're seeing? He's like, well, people say, no, he's here when we need him and stuff like that, but they do want that schedule because they would love to be here early, leave early. And I'm like, all right. So the idea is to keep morale up in the offices. That's just part of this whole cosm of working in an office, is that the morale has to stay up and keep moving. So at this point, I sat back and I really thought about what makes sense. I know that in the next coming weeks, I will be out in the field at least once a week, if not twice a week, which means I will be working, but not from that often. So I'll be in different areas where my commute won't be so bad, right? So now we're talking about 3 to 4 days of harder commute to sit. So I'm like, okay, that's one thing. The other is, I want those managers to feel like they can trust in me no matter what. Even if they're not my managers, at some point in time, we're going to either work together, I will work for them, they'll work for me, or we'll be peers. So you have to, part of having that awesome burrito is being able to communicate openly and keep everything at level. There's no need for drama at work. There's enough drama going on in the world, right? There's politics, there's religion, there's family, there's friends, there's plenty of places where you can have issues. But at work, really you're there for one thing, and that only thing is to make the client happy. Now the client can be anybody, right? The client is my boss, my client is my peers that are needing me for anything. Those are my clients, and that's how you have to pretend in your head to keep your client happy no matter what. So like I said, in this meeting I could have chose to blow up, say we had an agreement, don't come back on your agreement, blah 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 blah. But instead what I said was, you know what, I'll be here 8 to 5. Actually I said I'll be here 8 to 4:30. I'm still going to take a half-hour lunch and be gone by 4:30, and we're okay with that. So what that leads, right? Some people are like, oh, you're a pushover, oh, you gave in too easy, now they're going to think you're going to fold all, and it's like, no, not at all, because this wasn't worth fighting for. It really wasn't. It just, in the grand scheme of things, it's not worth the fight. What was worth it by me caving in was now my boss knows that he can come talk to me about anything at all, and I'm not gonna just fly off the deep end, right? So this even more opens that communication, which I need to know, because I need to know what's coming down the pipeline. What is management talking about me? Am I looking good? Am I looking bad? And they may never come to me directly. It may never even come up in an annual review or a semi-annual review. None of that. It could just be they hear it and they keep it in the back of their mind, and then they know when they're giving away projects or having somebody go do something else or whatever, Jorge may not be the first on their list. So with that, guys, just be coachable. Be willing to hear what other people see and use that to your benefit to make you that much better. And here's the thing, when you do stuff like this and you continuously grow, next thing you know, you're better than anybody else in that office. And as long as you have that confidence in everything, you'll be able to do anything you want. I guarantee. So with that, as always, you've been awesome. Don't ever change unless it's to become even more awesome. And yeah, Instagram stories will be up live on my Instagram. Remember to follow me at It's Jorge Rosa Jr. Then I'll post it on Monday with the whole thing kind of edited together, and we'll be back on a regular schedule. So have a great weekend.